morning, Spartans. My name is Tegan Eggers, and today is Wednesday, March 12th, and these are your morning announcements. Students, we want to update you on the constantly changing schedule. Abby's Closet this Saturday has been canceled and will not be rescheduled. We will provide more information when we get it about the possibility of a dress drive event. Dornbecker's Week and our prom assemblies have been postponed. Athletic practices and are scheduled to proceed. Talk with your coaches for more information. Students, please remember to stay home and get healthy if you feel sick or are sick, especially if you have a fever. Make sure you are washing your hands, especially before and after sneezing, eating, or coughing. Today's lunch options are orange chicken over rice and bean and cheese burrito. Make sure to follow @Sheridan Student Body on Instagram for more updates as we get them. Now we have a special broadcast with Superintendent Dr. Sugg to answer more of your questions. And that's the tea for today. Good morning, Spartans. My name is Tegan Eggers, and I'm here with our Superintendent, Steve Sugg, with a special today on March 11th. I have a few questions for you. So, due to the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic that has just been publicized, what events are we canceling and postponing, and what is coming up that might be canceled?
So first thing, good morning, Spartans. So the governor has declared that for the next 30 days, or actually until April 8th, events that 250 people or more would gather at are canceled around the state. She's urging schools not to have assemblies, to not do field trips, so we're cutting out those kinds of things, and delaying. I know Faulkner Chapman, for instance, has band concerts that are scheduled for next week, so we're going to reschedule those for after April 8th. And right now sports are going on. I do believe that the expectation from OSAA is that at least during this, until April 8th, the sporting events will happen without spectators.
All right, what is the closest distance of contraction that will cause a closure from Mac, Willamina, Dallas, or Delphia?
Well, right now, the governor is trying really hard not to close schools. So, of course, if we get cases here in Sheridan, that might change things. But really, it'll probably be more of a county-wide decision. For instance, this afternoon I'm meeting with the other superintendents from around the county, and that'll be one of the things we talked about. So I don't imagine it'll be like kind of like a snow days. So I don't imagine that it would be like that where individually districts are making up their mind, but that either the governor or somebody in the county would say, okay, we need to close for a period of time.
Okay. If school did close because of a case surrounding us or in our school district, what would be the procedure for our school?
So we would close much like a snow day, except it might be for an extended period of time. 2 days is what it takes to kind of deep clean the school. So if we wanted to close for a couple days just for that, and the school district generally can close for 2 days without having to make up that time. Anything beyond that has to be made up. So that would probably extend at the end of the year.
What should we be doing individually as students and staff to keep ourselves from contracting?
Keep washing your hands, keep using the hand sanitizer, doing all of those things that they recommend, as well as the distance, keeping social distance, the 6 feet apart, try to do that. So those are the things, just what you've been doing up to now.
What extensions will be given if you stay home because you're sick, and will teachers be staying after and possibly have a study hall after school?
I think that's a possibility. We currently do have some after school time. We'll have to kind of see and react to that as it happens. So it'd be just like any other illness. Obviously if we have a student who does get diagnosed with it and they get quarantined for 14 days, we're going to have to decide how do we handle that. We've already had some students who have withdrawn or are trying to work from home because they live with their grandparents, say, who may be elderly, and so they're trying to be cautious and not come to school. So we're trying to work with those families and figure out how we can support those students.
What would cause an extension in June, and how would that impact graduation for seniors?
Anything over 2 days would cause an extension in June, and unless it was a long, like probably more than a week, it probably wouldn't impact graduation at all. The state can grant, the state has certain requirements, 990 hours for high school students of instructional time that students are supposed to have. But in this kind of situation, emergency situation, they will grant waivers to do less than that if the situation calls for that.
And how will it impact sports, canceling track meets or baseball, softball games and practices?
Right now, practices are going to go on. We did talk about canceling track practice at Faulkner Chapman till after spring break, but they don't have their first track meet until April 9th, so that's not really impacting them much at all. Right now, practice at the high school will go on as normal, and the expectation from OSAA is that events will go on without spectators. Now, track meets, I'm not sure, because you get a lot of schools together. You can probably easily get more than 250 athletes together, and that's going to be something that I think the leagues and the schools are going to have to work on, is how do we handle that.
All right, thank you for answering our
Thank you.
questions today.
Thank you.
Spartans, this was your special on March 11th. Have a great day.